Jesus was mentioned in the Quran more compared to Prophet Muhammad in the Quran. Moses also was mentioned more, 130 times more than compared to Prophet Muhammad and also Jesus. You know, in the Quran, there's one specific verse. God is mentioning about the regret of the people in the hellfire. You know what they say is, every time a group is being cast with therein, meaning being put inside the hellfire, its keeper will ask, "Did no warner come to you?" They will say, "Yes, indeed, a warner did come to us, but we belied him and say, Allah never sent down anything. You are only in a great error."
Yeah.
And then they continue say, and they will say, "Had we but listened or use our intelligence." So if let's say they just listen and then try to think about it. That's why one of the things that people misunderstood about Islam. They thought that Islam is just a blind belief. But from this verse itself, you can see that those people who just follow blindly, they will end up in the hellfire.
Yeah.
Those are the people who don't use their intellectual to think. They are the one who are at the end of time. They are the one that regret. So basically, the one who are at the right path, or I mean, at the in the heaven, are basically those people who listen and use their intellectual to think about it, to try to search about what is the truth. That's why you can see, like, Jesus said that follow the truth, or the truth will set you free, something like that. So meaning that if you believe in the truth, it will set you free from what? From devoting yourself with these worldly matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you don't need to be you cannot be successful in this world. You can be successful, but we know that this world is just a temporary world. That's why from time to time we need to always remember the one who created all of us, okay? And not just remember to him, but also we need to try our best to follow what he commands us to do, and prevent ourselves from doing the things that he dislike us from doing it.
Yep.
Yeah. So, like, for example, what did God ask Jesus to tell to us? God asked Jesus to tell to us that basically is that our God, our Lord, is only one God. Whatever that we do, we always do for the sake of Him, for the sake of God, not for the sake of other people, not for the sake of worldly matters, because those things are just a temporary world. Right? You know, in the Quran, there's one specific verse about Mother Mary. You know about that?
In the Quran?
Yeah.
I know there is about Mary in the Quran a lot. Yeah. More than the Bible, actually.
Yeah. You see, Maryam, chapter 19.
Yeah.
It's a whole chapter. It consists of 98 verse.
Yeah.
It's talk about Mother Mary, and it's talk about his ancestors, and also about what happened between her and also Jesus, and so on, and the community, and so on. Jesus was mentioned in the Quran more compared to Prophet Muhammad in the Quran. Like, for example, in the Quran, Prophet Muhammad only mentioned 5 times, but Jesus was mentioned 25 times. So, I mean, some people say that, that show that actually Jesus is much more greater than Prophet Muhammad. I mean, as a Muslim, we don't differentiate between each prophet. We say that all of them, they are a pious people. They are the messenger of God, and they bring the same message. Okay, but we don't differentiate saying, okay, this prophet is much more greater than another prophet. Okay, because if let's say we want to say that because of Jesus was mentioned more compared to Prophet Muhammad, actually in the Quran, Moses also was mentioned more, 130 times more than compared to Prophet Muhammad and also Jesus. So but we don't say that Moses is much more greater than Jesus and Prophet Muhammad. But the reason that we must try to think is, why God mentioned many times about Moses, about Jesus, compared to Muhammad, when we know that the Quran was being revealed to him. Why it doesn't mention about Prophet Muhammad? Why must it mention about Mother Mary? Why it doesn't mention about the wife of Prophet Muhammad? Why it doesn't have a specific verse about his wife, right? So basically, it's because of when someone mentioned many times about a person, it only bring two type of possibility.
Yeah.
One is either the person is very super, very good, so that's why you like to praise the person, you like to make people know about that. Second is there's a problem related to the person,
Yeah.
not because of the action of the person, but maybe people misunderstood about the person. Okay, so like for example, why Moses was mentioned more, because Moses was dealing with the people of the Jew. So the people of the Jew, they have many misconceptions. I mean, many I would say attitude that we can learn from it.
Yeah.
There's a lesson that we can learn from it. That basically God doesn't want us to be like the Jew people. But that doesn't mean that we hate the Jew. No, we just hate the action.
Yeah.
Okay. So like what about Jesus himself? Also, it's something that for us to learn. Why it was mentioned many times? Because mainly, according to Islam belief, we believe that because we don't see him as a God, as a literal son of God. But when people have the belief that he's a son of God, he's a part of God, that is why Jesus was being mentioned many times, just to correct that understanding, right? So, for example, if you look here, chapter 5, verse number 72. Surely they have disbelieved who say Allah is the Messiah. Just like you mentioned, Jesus is fully God and fully man. So you believe that Jesus is God is also a Messiah, right?
Yeah.
So God is actually addressing to the Christian, anyone who say that Allah is the Messiah, meaning Jesus, the son of Mary. But Messiah, Isa, Jesus say, "O children of Israel, worship Allah, my Lord and your Lord. Verily, whoever set partners in worship him with Allah, then Allah have forbidden paradise for him, and the fire will be his abound. And for the zalimun, the polytheists, and the wrongdoers, they are no helpers." So this saying of Jesus actually is also been mentioned in the Bible.
Yeah.
Jesus is calling people just worship the only one true God. Don't worship other things, and that is actually according to Islam, and we believe that one of the greatest message that coming from the prophet is don't worship other god, because that is the act, that is the highest crime. It's much more greater than killing people and so on. Okay?
Yeah.
So I mean, basically that is just for sharing for you, and later you can just have a look on that part. Okay.
Well,
So
you told me what to think about today, and thank you for that.
okay.
I do have to keep going now.
Yeah, I understand.
Right.
Thank you for listening, brother.
Of course, thank you for
And
talk.
I mean, it's a pleasure getting to know you
Yes.
or your opinion. Okay, thank you very much. All right,
You have a good day.
have a nice day.